ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Kaiju World Order. This is our first actual episode. I had some other stuff lined up, but news decided to drop with a HIYA, or Scylla, however you want to pronounce it. Figure it's been wanting for a long time. The Monsterverse Titans, the originals, the Behemoths, the Tiamats, seem to have been glanced over a lot when it comes to the higher end articulated figures, and then here comes HIYA swinging hard. And it's a great thing. And then I saw some comments, and it's kind of disheartening as a collector. Now, I can see how somebody would want a HIYA Scar King, and they're still waiting for HIYA 2014 and HIYA Evolved, and I get that. But being legit angry that we're getting a Scylla before Mechagodzilla or Scar King, it blows my mind. I can't possibly imagine it because there's so many alternatives. I know the Monster Arts Scar King isn't perfect whatsoever. Neither's the original Mechagodzilla. But there's alternatives, even if HIYA doesn't do them. Monster Arts isn't going to do Scylla. We're going to be lucky if Playmates does Scylla. And here comes HIYA. Hopefully now we'll also get Drowned Viper, Tiamat, Behemoth. Hell, I even want Warbat and a Hellhawk. The reason why I really support this, I would support getting all those before Scar King and Mechagodzilla also, is because in due time, the Monsterverse is going to end. I'm not trying to be all doom and gloomy. I love the Monsterverse. I support every bit of it. But when the Monsterverse does end, and it's only going to take one or two big flops in Hollywood for it to, the rights to monsters like Behemoth and Scylla and Tiamat, I would bet money, are going to be tied up in rights hell. The same exact way that the Toho King Kong is, Mechani Kong is, and then even Hanna-Barbera monsters. And Godzilla the Series monsters. And there's actually a lot of Godzilla the Series monsters that I would actually compare directly to Scylla's situation, such as Crustaceous Rex, the first monster that Godzilla fought in the 1998 cartoon. Very little merchandise. There was supposed to be some Trendmasters back in the day, never got released, and now we're going to be lucky if YMSF is able to do one alongside his planned Godzilla figures. So what I'm saying here is, even though we're not getting the Scar King yet, the Mechagodzilla yet, be happy we're getting these figures, because in due time, we're not gonna. Everybody was very, very excited for Giant Condor. Yes, it's a meme that it won. Thank God it won. But on the same spectrum, there's not many figures of this monster to go around. As a collector, I have hundreds of Godzillas, hundreds of Ghidorahs, Mechagodzillas, whatever. The chance to get just one of these out there monsters on a shelf in a figure that's not this big is great for someone like me. I fully support the Scylla, or Scylla, or however you want to pronounce it. I have a bad habit of spelling it with a K. But there was some other stuff that was also said about this, and it just kind of blows my mind on why people are trying to do these mental gymnastics on hating the reveal for Scylla. And when we were talking about obscure, someone decided to say, well, people confuse obscure with unimportant or uncharacterized. So the franchise is full, and I mean full of figures, or not figures, I'm sorry, but monsters that are very undercharacterized. Coming to mind, the original Manda, shoehorned at the very end of Atragon, pops up and destroys all monsters and does nothing. No characterization. We don't know if it would eat the humans. We don't know why it was being worshipped by the Mu. It's obviously not a world-threatening monster, so why did they think it would be? Etc., etc. All this stuff that you can say against why you think Scylla shouldn't have a figure, you can apply that to a number of just classic Toho kaiju that people love. Long before they came back with updated designs in Final Wars and Singular Point. So what I'm saying here is, yeah, you can be, I don't want to say mad or sad or anything, because I get that you want a Scar King. I want a Scar King from HIYA too. The monster art looks like shit. That's why I'm not getting it. But to sit there and actually spew venom at HIYA, and then the actual creature itself upon the reveal and act like nobody wants this, that just blows my mind. Because in 20 years from now, I'm going to still be in this collection. God forbid I'm still alive. But what I'm trying to get here is these monsters are not going to get a lot of merchandise in the future. Enjoy it while you can. We've seen how long it took just to get a male Muto from Bandai, and that thing was part of the Bandai Premium set and cost an arm and a leg. Once the Monsterverse is done, and the rights for all the original Titans, from Muto to Skullcrawlers, to the Monsterverse designs of Kong and Godzilla even, maybe even Mothra and the others, it's all going to get tied up into legal hell. Unless they have something already planned for the future, once this partnership ends, you're not going to get merchandise. You're not going to see these things come back in comics. Enjoy these monsters while we can. Get the merchandise while you can. Because these are the type of monsters that are gonna skyrocket in rarity and in demand, despite the fact nobody's going to be able to make them because of the rights issues that these might get in the future. And with that out of the way, going on, trying to do a 10-minute video here, I also want to talk about some of the repaint options we could get for Scylla. Now, the basic release, day one buy for me instantly, is based on Godzilla X Kong with the more orangish color scheme. You could still do a King of the Monsters color scheme with its more black hue. You could do an underwater color scheme from the comics where she fights Godzilla. You can do a battle damaged version, have her miss some tentacles, missing a leg or something. There's a lot of stuff you can do with a monster like this, even though it's a really minor monster, I guess you could say, for the Monsterverse. Don't hate that we're getting figures for it. Embrace it. It's a good thing. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. Thank you for giving this channel a little visit. I will be recording more. I will be doing more. I'll be saying more. I'll probably be pissing more people off, and some people might find me entertaining. I hope you do. Either way, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I will see you again, my kaiju freaks, and keep on stomping.